Actually, you know what? That's my new shit. I'm gonna do that from now on. Like, what's up, bro? How you doing? You know? What the fuck are you doing to my face? I'm liking it. You got a good one. I'm letting you know.
Okay, that's a good joke, but I already don't like him, so I'm not laughing.
It's the Stand-Up Teardown, conducting comedy autopsies. The Stand-Up Teardown now.
Hello, all you crazy cats and kittens out there in pod person land. Welcome back to another episode of Standup Teardown. I'm your host, Sean Fau, and joining me as always is my lovely co-host, Mr. Matthew Ballek.
Oh, hey, good to be here. Shut up. Shut up. Good to be here.
That's your crowd work?
That's my crowd work. Yeah, just get abusive right back there. You shut the fuck up. I got the mic. You know who's probably the bowling guy line where it's just, who do you think you are? I am. Like, what? But it's good to be here. As always, I come bearing 3 comedians that we'll be watching this evening. Their stand-up specials released fully on YouTube. We'll be checking out some clips from all 3 of them, but definitely do go watch all of these specials if you are so inclined. But we'll be tearing them down, breaking down their bits, see if they're worth watching all the way through.
Yeah, I can't recommend watching them yet, but we'll see.
Do not watch them now.
Certainly, yeah, finish our show, like, subscribe, and do all that shit too. But yeah, let's...
PSA. But yeah, starting off the mix, we have Jason Collings, who I have no personal history with.
Never met him.
Or knowledge of. Never met him. No knowledge of him whatsoever. So flying blind here.
All right, let's see what he's got.
Keep it going. Yes, I have nothing prepared. Please keep going. I'm very insecure. Let's go. Thank you guys so much for coming out. What's up, Nashville? How we feeling? Yes, me too. I agree. Everybody's feeling good? No, but for real though. Thank you. We're all healthy. I don't have to cancel any shows next week. We're good. Congratulations on surviving the pandemic, or the pandy, as the kids are calling it.
Oh, what happened in this audio here?
Yeah, that's what I was just like. Already the audio was kind of shitty. It sounded like it was on the audience mic and not on his mic, and then it switched to his mic for a second and back to the audience mic. Hopefully this clears up. I don't. Well, yeah. Let's see.
You guys did it. We fucking made it, right? We're different people, though. That's right. We've changed. A lot of people don't like to admit that. You fucking changed. You're different. Try coughing in public. We're really not fucking with that anymore. We're just panicking in line at Starbucks like, oh shit, I got a tickle in my throat. You don't want to lose your place, so you're like, fuck it, I'm holding it in and I'm hoping for the best. You know? It's a different world. I almost got in a fight at Target for clearing my throat. I was just looking at paper towels and I just went, this guy was like, the fuck was that? It was a tickle in my throat. He's like, get the fucking elbow next time. I'm like, okay, doctor, you're gonna fucking get it, you know? You're gonna get it. Anybody not get it? Losers, you're gonna get that shit. You're gonna fucking get it. They wanted us to wear masks on a plane, on a metal sealed tube in the sky.
Okay, so far, got some energy. I got a bit of a problem with this breathing into the mic thing, but that's a whole other issue. That might just be part of this sound being recorded. Like, it sounds like it's the on-camera sound recording the PA system in the audience rather than actually the mic that he's holding, which is annoying as well. But
yeah, it's a little distracting. I don't know when this was like officially released, this special. I know it was like maybe a couple months that it was dropped on YouTube that I'm picking it up, but I don't know when this was like recorded in Nashville. But already, yeah, I feel like I don't have a lot of like mileage for COVID jokes anymore. So I'm kind of like, all right, unless you got something interesting, I feel like, yeah, it's been tread like far too many times already.
not even that it's like just a worn out trope. Like, you know, we've had airplane jokes for fucking 50 years, but the COVID stuff, I think part of the problem with COVID jokes is just everyone wants to move past. Like, no one even wants to remember that time. We just kind of want to memory hole all of that and fucking move on with our lives. Like,
it's like the anti 9/11. It's the always forget COVID.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
When it comes to stand up.
I mean, it's certainly understandable from, you know, older specials that are like, you know, a few months out of the pandemic or whatever. Like, you kind of had to address it because it was, you know, what everyone knew for the last 2 years. But like, I feel like none of the COVID specials are going to hold up in, you know, with any sort of time frame. Like, they don't really even hold up now. So 10 years from now, no one's going to want to listen to a fucking COVID special except for like maybe the time capsule quality of it. Like, hey, remember that
COVID
time
nostalgia?
that was, yeah. I mean, I feel like I'm the only person that enjoyed COVID. So that's a whole other issue. So I don't think most people want to actually remember that time.
Make sure the mask is covering your nose and your mouth at all times, except when you're eating, gonna fucking get it. That's what's gonna happen. I like it when they said this. Make sure you replace the mask between sips and bites. The virus is just gonna wait, you know what I mean? No, he's gonna take a bite and I'm in that sugar, you know? Gonna get it.
God damn it. Some unprofessional audio mixing here going back and forth.
Yeah, a little robotic sounding. Or like, there's two feeds like mixing together. Is that what's
my assumption is? Yeah, my assumption is they like the editor cut with the sound from the cameras. So like one of the cameras had the actual microphone feed and then all of the other cameras are just using their built-in sound, and they didn't lay the one soundtrack over everything. And so like when we cut from one camera to the next, it's going to change the sound quality, which is fucking annoying as hell.
Ooh, yeah.
Just amateur moves in the production standpoint, but
gee, did editors not take their masks off?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's not as bad as the last episode we did where fucking two of the cameras were out of focus and shaky the entire fucking time. So
every time they cut to it.
Oh my God. But, you know, honestly, for a comedy special, I would rather have fucked up camera than fucked up audio. Like, the
Agreed.
audio is so much more important than, like,
key.
It kind of is the whole thing. Oh, fuck.
Come get it. I got it. I got the first one. Not this 99-cent store one that's out right now. I got the Rona. That's what I got. I was in the hospital for a week. Got hospitalized with the coronavirus for a 4.
That was Ben Schwartz sort of singing.
Yeah, I know he's done that now, like at least a couple times, where he's going for the like, gonna sing something, I get the laugh.
Yeah, but he's not getting the laugh.
No, he's not.
It's like he's not zany enough to pull off that sort of zany sing thing.
That's what it is. It seems out of character for him to be doing it. It's like, yeah, it's. He seems like the kind of guy that does get into a lot of grocery store fights, though.
I don't doubt that.
Attacked my spine, couldn't walk. It was so painful that if I moved my big toe, first I would yell, ha, right? Then I would pass out from the pain. Ha! It was really, I'm 6'2", 215 pounds, and I was going, ha, and passing out. You know who hated it the most? My wife hated that shit. It made me realize the difference between like a 20-plus year marriage and a new relationship, because I feel like a girlfriend would be like, we need to call somebody, want me to rub it? Or whatever, right? I would yell, ha! And my wife was like, really? This is what you're doing? You know? It's 3 o'clock in the morning, I need to sleep. And I did it again, ha! And the second time I woke up, and she just was now standing on the bed, looking down at me like, you need to compose yourself. This is very embarrassing. Like, there's nobody else here. Right. I knew then that I had to go to the hospital. I knew it. I knew at that moment. But now I don't want to say anything because I feel like she's judging my manhood. So I'm like, I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna hold out. I'm gonna push through this shit. That lasted 10 minutes, and I was like, I can't. It was bad. And I said, we need to call 911. I said, we. She brought me the phone. You fucking call 911. I gotta get up for work in the morning. So I called 911, and they sent a fire engine. I was not on fire. Nothing was on fire. Didn't report a fire. Fire engine. 5 firemen dressed for a fucking fire. I was like, do you know the outfits with the whole thing and the backward hat? 2 paramedics that looked like they're about 17 years old each, right? They had that older Justin Bieber hair with the stupid bangs. Their names were Sky and Ocean. That pissed me off. I didn't like that. And all of them were hot. Just a bunch of hot heroes in my house. So now I'm yelling at my wife to get out. Get the fuck out! Ah! And I pass out. And that time when I passed out, as I'm waking up, one of the firefighters goes, "This guy's fucked," out loud. So my reaction was like, "But why?" And passed out again. Here's why. Like I said, 6'2", 215. My house was built in 1949. Smaller doorways, narrow hallways. So they couldn't just put me on a stretcher and walk me out. They're like, "We're gonna need to stand you straight up." You guys, I couldn't move without being in an excruciating amount of pain. He's like, "We're gonna have to stand you straight up and figure out how to get you." I was in so much pain, I'm like, "Fuck you, just take this wall out." I was fine with that. At the moment, I was like, "Take it out, I'll figure out how to pay for it."
It's more of a storyteller sort of thing than like, rapid fire jokes, but like he is getting some jokes in there, or like some laugh lines in there, or not really even punchlines, but like laugh moments in the story. But
yeah, it is just moving at kind of a slower pace. Like I'm kind of want to pick it up a little bit, but
he's saying a lot of words. He's saying a lot of words to say actually very little. So it's kind of like one of those, it's like a meandering story, but it's, I don't know, it's amusing, but it's not funny. Like there's a level there. Like I don't hate him. I'm not laughing. Like maybe I'm just a dick though. Well, we know I'm a dick.
So they put me on this dolly thing and then stand me straight up. So now I'm like a useless Hannibal Lecter, like, "Help me, Clarice!" And then they puzzled me out of the house. Now I'm on my front yard. I'm on the front lawn, looking at the sky. I'm on a stretcher in my front yard, 3:30 in the morning, looking at the sky, because I can't look around, because that shit, right? So now I'm embarrassed because I see all the emergency lights through my peripheral. I'm like, doing this shit, and I see all these lights, so now I'm embarrassed because of my neighbors, right? Like they're gonna be like, "What the fuck is Jason doing now," right? So one of the paramedics' face comes into view. I was like, "Oh, hey, Ocean." He's like, "I'm Sky." I'm like, "Whatever." I said, "Are my neighbors out here?" And he goes, "No, dude, you're good." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fuck yeah." So then we get into the ambulance and they take me to the hospital. Now, during the first COVID, you couldn't just go straight into the hospital. They put you in this outdoor tent shit with heat lamps like you're on a battlefield or something, right? So now that's terrifying. So now I'm like, and the very first face that comes into view is my wife, and I just went, "Ah!" and passed out again. I wake up and she's like, "Now we're in public? This is embarrassing," right? So I said, "Well, at least none of the neighbors were outside to see it. Here's marriage of 20 plus years." She's like, "They were all outside. You're a meme now. It's on TikTok." So then the doctor comes over. He's like, "Okay, we got to go into the real hospital now. Bad news, she can't come." I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go. Let's start this vacation, doc. I'm ready to do this." But then I survived it. I made it through. I got out of there. What happened during the pandemic? I turned 51. I turned 51 during the pandemic.
That's our transition there. Yeah, it was. I hesitate to call it a shaggy dog because a shaggy dog has like a payoff. Like it was just kind of a long meandering story that just fizzled at the end. Like there wasn't. Yeah.
That's what I was feeling as well. Yeah, I was waiting for some sort of payoff on that, but yeah, it just seemed very drawn out. Like I'm waiting for him to like start showing me photos on his phone or something.
Yeah, it was just kind of an excuse to do that the squeal and pass out thing like way too many times.
Yeah, it was not getting the love that he was like juicing it for.
Yeah. I mean, maybe in the right physicality or the right momentum or energy, like that sort of squeal and pass out works and keeps generating laughs. But like, he was going back to that well way too many times, and it got less funny every time he did it rather than like more funny. It just
Yeah, because you get the first laugh and be like, oh, it'd be funny if you react like that, and then by the end of the story, you're like, I kind of think he just reacts like that.
yeah. I'm with the wife here. He's just a pussy.
Yeah.
We kind of rather hear her tell this joke.
Right.
Fucking, yeah. I'm your dad. I'm just your dad now.
Is it all chicks in the audience? Like, is this oh no, there's one dude in there. That is, wow.
Is this here's a stereotypical Nashville crowd?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. The Nashville is the, apparently like the epicenter of,
Bachelorette parties.
That's the one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, apparently, yeah, from like a lot of, the stand-up shows I've listened to or the podcast, like anytime Nashville comes up, it's always, having to deal with just roomfuls of screaming drunk women on bachelorette parties. Like, apparently it is just a fucking thing there. So yeah, that all of a sudden makes a lot of sense.
I'm at the I don't get it age. I don't get any of this shit. I'm that dad like, the fuck? Hey, what are we doing? You know that guy? It's me. That's how I am with social media. I can't figure it out. My generation and older, it's weird as shit to us, okay? I don't get it. Follow me, strangers. That's fucking weird. You know what I mean? Follow me, people I don't know. Huh? I need more. I only have 37. Then I thought about it. What if 37 people were physically following you around? I need less. That's way too many. Table for 38. That's a lot of fucking followers. There's a time in my life if one person followed me. I called the police. That was stalking. Today, if I ran outside up to a police officer and was like, sir, somebody's following me. They go, okay, how many? One. Scary person. They're like, hey, you're a fucking loser, sir. We don't know how to help you. Sorry.
This feels like a sort of almost trope present, it's trope premise, I should say. It's something that I've, heard a lot, and he's not really bringing anything new to it. If your followers were in real life, it would be a much different sort of thing. Like,
yeah, I feel like this was already done when Facebook and Twitter were coming up.
Yeah, it's
a lot of these bits were done, but
definitely something we've heard a lot. But like, it could still be funny, but I don't feel like he's actually finding the comedy in it. He's just more.
Yeah, there was one woman in the audience that it blew her mind.
Yeah,
but that was like 40 followers, and she was like,
exactly. Yeah. It just occurred to her what it meant to have so many people watching her, I guess. I don't know. I mean, they all seemed like Instagram models in the audience, so maybe that was just the right audience to hit that on. But yeah, definitely a premise we've heard, I feel like, a million times before.
Get verified, work on your content, and then call 911.
Colonel Sanders there.
Instagram, we're taking.
I like how they put him on the very edges, though. Like, the dudes in the audience are just all the way pushed to the edge, and we're gonna pack the middle with all the hot chicks.
Oh, that's so funny.
Everything, all of it, like it's new shit. I gotta get a shot of that sunset because no one's gonna believe the sunset today. That's very rare. That only happens once every 24 hours. But I'm gonna be the guy that captures this moment. And then we get it, boom, got it. But you know what? Nice try, God. I'm gonna put my own filter on that sunset. Yeah, good try, universe, but I'm gonna make your miracle pop with Hefe. Yeah, Hefe. And then we want validation for that shit. That's weird. I hope people like it. That's the fuck out of here. Get therapy. You know what I mean? We used to take pictures of shit, and then we'd have to wait around for like 2 weeks before we even saw the shit. And then by the time you got the picture back, you're like, I don't even remember taking this picture. And I don't care if anybody liked it, because I didn't, because nobody looked good. Sorry, nobody looked good. Today you get a do-over, right? You get that group shot.
the thing that's bugging me the most about this fucking audience mic thing is like hearing the
Table talk.
The agreement from the crowd. Yeah, that's right. Oh shit. Yeah.
This guy gets me.
Exactly. Yeah. It's fucking annoying as hell. Like, especially like, it's one thing if you're going to use that sound in the special and it's going to lead into crowd work or something. Like if he addresses those sort of call outs or whatever, like sure. But in this context, he's just kind of rolling through it. And like, you know, I hate when I'm in an audience and people are talking, let alone like at home. I shouldn't have to fucking deal with those bastards. Like, I don't, yeah.
Wow, post approval.
Maybe I just hate people though.
Oh, fuck that, my eyes are crossed, let's do another one, you know? Not back then, it was just like, let's see what fucking happens. Look at old family pictures like at a barbecue or something, no one's posing. That's what, nobody cares, they're just, because you're never gonna see it again, you know? A buddy of mine called.
There was no joke there. There was like,
No, just kind of left it hanging.
Is that just his style? Like, it's like observational without a punchline sort of thing. Like,
I think the punch is supposed to be like his act out of the standing there and stuff, but it's just like, yeah, there should have been like more of a punch or tag at the end of that.
yeah, I mean, it's all trope material or trope premises to begin with. So like, there's definitely stuff to mine in there. It just feels very lazy. Like he's not
Unmined, yeah.
not even trying to find the funny in there. Just like, yeah, situations are funny, aren't they? We're all kind of stupid now, aren't we? Man.
The other day, he's like,
Yeah,
Jason,
one more.
did you see the picture of the clouds that I posted? I said, I'm outside with the clouds right now. He said, go inside, look at my clouds. I was like, this guy found new clouds, right? So I went in and I looked and I'm like, oh, same fucking clouds, I forgot. We live in the same neighborhood, you got me. And he's like, did you like it? I was like, yeah, good job. He's like, no, did you like it? I was like, what the fuck are we talking about? He's like, did you tap it twice so that thumbs and hearts have fucking appeared? That's weird as shit to me. It's a weird way to gauge the shit you like, right? Very pretty. I would never walk up and double tap your face. That's actually, you know what? That's my new shit. I'm gonna do that from now on. I'm like, what's up, bro? How you doing? You know? What the fuck are you doing to my face? I'm liking it. You got a good one. I'm letting you know.
Okay, that's a good joke, but I already don't like him, so I'm not laughing.
You finally got to a joke, but yeah, again, I'm just also maybe it's like the self-righteousness angle of it, where it's just like everybody's so dumb, I gotta figure it out kind of angle that just gets to me.
That's true. There's no self-deprecation in here, really. Like, I mean, even though like the first bit with him, you know, screaming and passing out, it still didn't seem like it was. It didn't. Yeah, it just. I guess yes, that is a self-deprecating sort of premise
Scenario, yeah.
But he doesn't like. He still plays it with too much confidence. I think, like, you know,
right.
Like he was playing it as though like his wife was the stupid one, not him. Like, you know, this is just how men are, and she's being all bitchy about it. I'm like, no, that's not really. It's a weird way to present that.
Right? Yeah. It kind of ended with the hospital. Take my wife, please, kind of thing.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. Even that would have worked. Fuck. You know what? Fuck this guy. Let's move on. Who do we got next?
Who do we have next? Next up is another comic I've not heard of before. This is Sam Burns with their special LMNOP. This one I think was released maybe a week or two ago, maybe a month.
Oh.
But it's
Okay.
pretty fresh. Pretty fresh.
Hopefully we won't get 3 hours of fucking COVID material.
I'm nervous. Aww.
Are you nervous for me? Are you?
Yes.
This is pathetic. I might just do my set back here, honestly.
So I'm from Barrie.
Ready?
See, now that would be an interesting premise to just do an entire stand-up show with like an empty mic on stage. Like,
I don't disagree.
You'd have to be really confident and have solid jokes to make it work. But like, I think
Be
it
like
would
a Bobby McFerrin voice kind of guy.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, you're basically just doing a radio play at that point, but yeah, like a Michael Winslow could pull this off. But
Yeah, I don't think that's what we're gonna get here. But
no, I think he's going to step out on stage in a second here, but it'd still be an interesting concept. Kind of like, who was that dude that did the three mic special where you like?
Oh yeah, Neil Brennan.
Yeah. So be. I guess the opposite of that. Only one mic and
One
no
mic,
dude.
yeah.
One mic, no dude, all day.
All right, make some noise for Sam Burns. Hello, mom's friends. Hello, all my mother's friends. Love ya. My biggest fan group. Love you guys.
First off, weird looking dude. He probably should have stayed in the background. But yeah, good opener.
Really does feel like I'm at like
Thanks. Weird.
What's that?
Just immediately for you as the weird looking dude is the vibe you get.
Yeah. There's something. It's like the kind of shitty cop mustache and like the weird sort of like hairdo that doesn't work with his head, and like I don't know. I'm the last person that should be mocking people's looks, but like, yeah, that's that's part of the deal. You're putting yourself on
Let's
stage.
see. Yeah, if he does this kind of the standard of address your appearance to the crowd on a special.
Oh yeah.
See if he does that.
We should take bets on that stuff. I'm going to say he doesn't on this one. I think he just lets you fucking live in the awkwardness that is
He's
him.
like, this is normal. This is what a normal look is in his eyes. Man.
Exactly.
And they get all the nieces and nephews to put on a play. Well, thank you so much for coming out. I will say this stressed the hell out of me, promoting this. Hated every second of it. I will say I really loved promoting the show during a war. Yep. Felt awful every day. Every day it felt terrible. A war really makes you look at your dreams and realize how fucking pathetic it is. I'm 30 and I want to tell stories. Hospital explodes.
Aw, they're gonna like me.
Pathetic. It's pathetic what I'm trying to do. What the hell am I doing?
See, already completely opposite energy of the last dude. Just self-deprecating enough, but like obviously has stage presence enough to like carry you through and like make you feel like you're in good hands for the next hour. But he's not totally full of himself, and yeah, there's just something very necessary in that. Like, if you're gonna be a sort of self-righteous dick, you really gotta fucking own it. You gotta go like Andrew Dice Clay with it or something. You gotta go way over the top with that,
or have points that are just so like on point, or like angles that people don't see coming. Like I could see like Bill Burr does a good job with that, where it's like he can be confident and kind of a dick, but then his angle he takes on the premise is so like unique, where you're like, all right, he earned that. That stance or that persona.
Yeah, you have to earn the right to not be self-deprecating, I think. And yeah.
No, good to be here. Thank you. Fuck. Is it? We're already rolling, eh? It's too late. Fuck. I said to seat the hot people at the front and the ugly people in the back. Shit. This isn't gonna look good. Okay, whatever. Fix it in post. AI. We'll AI them. I will blur out some of your faces, some of your bodies. Anyways, easy fix. Don't worry. It's in the budget.
That wouldn't have worked if he wasn't self-deprecating to begin with.
Good point.
If he came out there talking about, being the best comedian in the world or being all hot shit and whatnot, like, then to just turn on the audience. But like, since he opened himself up first, I think that works like way better than, being a total dick. Like, you can switch into dick mode if you've already established that you hate yourself.
Although I'm loving the idea of a comedian coming up and just saying that they are the best comedian in the world. That energy.
that's a whole other energy that you have to, that's the Andrew Dice Clay model. That's the fucking, there is no one better than me, even if my jokes suck. Like, I am the fucking best. And that's certainly an energy that can carry a show, but like you have to really dig into that and fucking own that in order for that to work. You can't just be like, just an average dick on stage.
Prepared for uggos to sit in the front. This was a good year for me, 2023, because I quit my day job. Yep. Quit the old day job. Yep. Pursuing comedy. Canadian comedy. Going for it.
Oh, Canadian. That's why he looks like that. Okay. It all makes sense now. That is a very Canadian look there. Okay.
Yeah. Living my best life. Doing it. Don't have dental insurance. Cracked my tooth, $1,400. Living my best life. Felt good.
I thought Canada had free healthcare. No?
Maybe not for dental. Also, I'm buying the singing act out more from him just because of his persona. Like, it's not as like disingenuous, I guess.
Yeah, he's already established himself as ridiculous, so kind of anything flies at this point if he wants to start screaming show tunes. Like, I don't have a problem with it coming out of this man.
Me neither.
Yeah, this is a man that is just going to randomly sing at you. Okay, cool. Go for it, bro.
Next week, I'm going to Angus, and I'm going to perform in a country bar where they refuse to turn off the mechanical bull. Woo! But I'm my own boss, mama. I'm my own boss. I can just say my boss has sexually assaulted me a couple times. All right. New joke, new line. Thought I'd do it at the taping. Thought I'd try it out. So expensive, this whole thing is. Try a new joke, Sam. Try it out. Worked. Actually worked. Good. Yeah, quit the old day job. It's good. I've been traveling all over. I've been all over Southern Ontario, which is great. I'll do these shows, and then I'll mention I'm from Barrie, and every single show there's someone that goes, boo! Barrie sucks! And I'm like, bro, we're in Oshawa right now. We're both on a sinking ship. Also, I've been to Oshawa. Oshawa makes Barrie look like Sicily. It's like, Oshawa is a shithole. You have one shawarma shop and you protested in front of it. You guys suck.
That's good.
I did a show in London, Ontario. Couple woos. Sexual assault capital of Canada. Anyways. No, but woo it. That's fine. No, woo it. No, looks good. Looks good on you, babe. Sorry.
But yeah, again, he's already gained the permission to go into those ridiculous sort of things. Like, again, starting with the self-deprecating, then deprecating the audience, and then like now you've just kind of opened the floodgates to all sort of swings in there. Especially
then it becomes funny for him to play the like confident character.
Yeah,
like the way those asides like that. So
yeah, he's opened the permission for everything, and like I feel like especially the Canadian charm allows for a lot of that as well. Like that, we're just a goofy bunch of people that don't really take life seriously. Like I feel like that's a very sort of Canadian angle. Maybe I'm just harping too much on Canada, but
I guess
they
I'm
are ridiculous
Canadian
people.
Charm.
Yeah. Some of our best comedians are Canadian, so that's
Sorry, I get kind of gay at 9 o'clock. I don't know why. It's like Cinderella. Yeah, I went to London, Ontario, and after my set, this guy goes, buddy, hated you. Hated you, bro. And he kept going, you're too soft for London, my man. I'm like, you're 25 and you're wearing Dark Side of the Moon pajama pants to a restaurant. I think you're too hard for London, buddy. Take a night off. I've been traveling a lot. Since I don't have a lot of money, I take Flair airline. You guys heard of Flair? You've heard of this? Yeah, real do-it-yourself airline, eh? Anything goes. You can smoke a cigarette on Flair. I really think you could do that. You show up at the gate and they're like, hey, we might not fly today. I don't know. Do you want to? Do you want to fly? Our stewardess has anxiety. I don't know. You get on the flight, the captain's not even wearing the uniform. He's got an OVO sweater. He's got a beer. Yeah, sit anywhere. Come on. Yeah. A couple tarmac beers. I get a little dinged up before we take flight, you know? I fly better. I was sitting there, and behind me was the emergency exit, right? And then I hear the lady giving do you feel comfortable sitting here in case of an emergency? And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, I gotta see who our guy is. I turn around, it's an 8-year-old boy. Can't even touch the ground. That's our guy? That's our guy. That's our guy, afraid of the dark. He's gonna Rambo the fucking door.
Fucking emergency row trope shit. God damn it.
I know. I was going to say I didn't want to stop it, but yeah, we've now breached our first airline joke of the episode. So,
well, not even just airlines, but specifically emergency row. Like I was going with it, like especially because it's an airline I had never heard of before, and it seems to be a flavor that we don't have here. Like, all right, I'll hear it out. But like when you go to the emergency row and it's just a fucking kid, like, God damn it. It's, yeah. I still like him, but like, God
yeah.
Our lives, okay, sure. But yeah, I got a lot of spare time now. A lot of spare time. It's weird. It's very weird. I'll go on stage and I'll be like,
okay, he transitioned out of it quickly. We didn't stay on fucking 20 minutes of airplane material, so I'll forgive it.
Yeah, but the fact that he even went to it just for the emergency exit joke and then to get out, it was like, was it even worth the trip there?
Well, I think though he does it for his little kicky kid impression. Like that's the fucking only real meat there. But yeah, it's not worth going into trope territory for him.
What are you guys doing at like 8 p.m.? And I'm like, you're the first people I've talked to today. Live the life of an assassin. No, but I go on walks. That's what I do. Go on walks during the day. Yeah. Look like a widower. Look like a guy who lost his wife, just touching flowers. I don't even know what I'm doing. Making sure things are sturdy. Yeah, that's gonna stay. All right. Good. I be going to dog parks. That's what I do. Yeah, there's a dog park around the corner. I go to dog parks. Don't have a dog. Yeah. It's perverted. People don't like it. They don't like it. I found out the hard way. People do not like it. Especially when it's the 8th day in a row. And they're just like, do we know that guy? And it's me in a trench coat. Just scratching the ass. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous creature, eh? Wow. Such a suck. Such a suck she is. What a suck she is. I give her a homemade dog treat. No, you can't. Yeah, I noticed this. I think this might be the hardest part of owning a dog is talking to the other dog owners.
Is a suck a thing? Like,
I don't know. I was just gonna let it hang. It's not something I'm familiar with.
I was going to, but then I couldn't. Like, is that something that people say about dogs? Is that a Canadian thing? Is that? Or
I
was
don't know.
he just
I'll be googling that later.
Yeah, was he
for
just
later
making
use.
he might have just been making the bestiality joke, but I don't
know.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it doesn't seem right coming. But he was kind of implying it with being the creepy dude at the dog park without a dog. But like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just don't get it.
It's painful. Oh my, they're sniffing each other and it's just like, yeah. Yeah, 7. Yeah, 7. She still thinks she's a puppy. Yeah. Yeah, Max in the coat and the German Shepherd. There's this one guy who goes there. He's this like ripped, short dude, bald, wears like a kratom hat. You know what I mean? He's just there. Hey, he's like a Joe Rogan dude. His dog's always off leash. He's like, does the whistle thing. Justice! 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 Come here! She's housebroken. And then you get the other type of dog owner. It's like usually a woman, and that is her world, that dog. That is her universe. And you can hear her across the park, hey! With a little boomerang ball thing. Hi! And I'm like, oh, Kim's here. Hey, Kim, how are you? Hi! This lady comes in, she's like, that's my little husband. Don't say that. Don't say that about your dog. That's so weird. The only man who's ever been nice to me. Right there. She has a kid, doesn't even look at the kid, eh? Gray skin.
Yeah, definitely. That was the first Canadian slip there, other than mentioning Canada a bunch of times. But yeah.
Boot bags, yes. Hopefully one day Mama loves me. There you go. Kills the dog. Oh, sorry. You must love me now. It's nice to be out. How great is it we don't have to use Zoom anymore, eh? Oh, man. Oh, I love it. So great. Sent you the link. Worst thing, eh? Sent you the link. Fucking links this big. Sent you the link. Woo! And you're sitting there like, what the fuck am I doing? What am I doing? All right, time to pretend I'm happy. Hey! Hey! Hello! I'm doing well, all things considered. That was the punchline. Eh? That was the catchphrase. I'm well, all things considered. Yeah. Gained 40 pounds. Cried 3 times. I'm doing well, all things considered. Yeah. Worst thing you can hear when you enter a Zoom meeting? Hey, you're the first one. Nope. Click. First be the laptop. No. We missed you the other night. I know. I threw my laptop at the wall. I don't know why. Don't know why I did it. I hate it. You're just sitting there and you're waiting for people to roll in. And it's just like, yeah, we started rewatching The Sopranos. Yeah. You're like, what I would give for a home invasion, eh? Oh. Brick through the window. Duct tape to a chair. Gotta go, sorry.
Are we counting that as COVID jokes?
Yeah, it's tough because it wasn't like overtly COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it was
thinking,
definitely
like,
referencing the time.
I think so, yeah, just with the Zoom fatigue and whatnot, which I thought some good Zoom, like recognizable Zoom bits. Yeah, I was just going back. I just loved his dog park run there with like the different personality types at the dog park.
Yeah, I do feel like he could have spent more time with that. Like, there's a lot of personality flaws to mine in the dog park world.
Yeah, you got me going with the Joe Rogan guy doing this like vocal whistle impression. It was hilarious. Like I was really hoping he was going to bring him back in when he was talking about the woman, like kind of like start mashing these characters together, how they're going to interact with each other. Cause like, I think he got a lot of like recognition from the audience on that chunk as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then like you can create entire scenes with these people interacting with each other. And like that, I think that could have been a nice little rabbit hole to go down, but either way, it was a good start.
Yeah. And yeah, now we're kind of switch gears in the COVID-ish Zoom segment, but yeah, I'm liking him as a joke writer, like his type stuff.
I asked that question if this was COVID, and I literally just looked up at the screen, and the section that we're in is titled COVID. So that answers my fucking question there.
Wasn't it weird when things started to open up again and you were able to have that first family Thanksgiving or the first Christmas? It was kind of I don't know if you guys were like me, but within 5 minutes, I was like, I could do another wave.
Absolutely.
Oh, I forgot. You guys stressed me out. Yes. Easy. My cousin's new boyfriend. Hey, you must be the comedian. Send the variant. Send it over. The Zendaya Xbox 360, whatever the fuck. Give it to me, mama. I remember we were trying to be good people during the pandemic. Well, I have a great aunt, Mary Lou, right? 97 years old. She's been out to lunch since like 07. She's just like she's not there. She's not there. But my mom's like, we should FaceTime her. We should, she's lonely. All right, sure. I mean, she hasn't mastered the microwave, but yeah, let's put a MacBook in front of her. I'm sure everything will be fine, smooth sailings. So I'm just sitting there. It's like, okay, here we go. Her little window opens up. All you see is just her one tooth. Hello! Hi there! Guy Fieri goatee. Hello! Hi! Oh, lean back. Leans back. Hi! Starts undressing. No. No, she does OnlyFans, so it confuses her. She sees webcam, she just starts undressing. She can take pipe. Anyways, no, Mary Lou can take.
Definitely did not see that coming from him. It's the bluest thing, but now it makes me think that the suck thing was bestiality in the dog park. Let's let him finish that thought, though.
She's got a couple Johnny Sin videos. Anyways, all right.
Do you get that reference?
I do not. I'm
I
guessing
assume
it's some sort of porn star.
Yeah, that's
OnlyFans person.
Yeah. I don't pay for porn, so I don't understand these things.
But we're sitting there, right, and she's just babbling about nothing, and we're just going, really? Wow, all right. And then her internet started cutting out, so she was just like, huh? And then my mom goes, oh, we didn't get that. We didn't hear that. Can you check your Wi-Fi? Check your Wi-Fi. She doesn't know what year it is. She thinks the Beatles are still together. She's gonna go, oh, let me check my router. 1 sec, okay. Rogers. Where was I? Oh, the Jews. No. Cut to commercial.
Jesus. I think that's a good one to go out on.
Well, I enjoyed that special. I would keep it going for a bit, or not now, but for later. I enjoyed that. But I agree. Let's
definitely would recommend checking out the rest of that. But,
Sam Burns, LMNOP.
Yeah. Who do we got up next?
Next up, we have comedian Chris Martin, not the lead singer of Coldplay, with his album Above Ground Comedy.
All right, let's see what this dude has to offer.
You guys are fun. Are you having fun? You're hard. Okay, right. You just got one of those. I thought you were looking at me like I thought this was going to be the other Chris Martin. Like you had that vibe. You just had that vibe. You're having good. All right, there we go. You just laugh now. I can relax.
Well, yeah, I was going to mention something about him starting with "You guys are fun" when he hasn't said anything yet, but apparently that was the cold open interstitial or whatever, the recut from something previous. So, yeah, let's see if he actually does find the fun.
All right. Okay. How we doing, DC? Are we good? I'm excited. This is my first time at the DC Comedy Loft. I don't know if you guys have been before. Maybe I'm the dumb one. I sort of thought that from the title that the room would be like in a loft, but apparently we're doing comedy in the depths of hell right now. If this recording goes well, hopefully I can move above ground. That's like... We all have different benchmarks in our career, but I'd like to become an above-ground comedian at some point in the near future. On the bright side, if North Korea and America get into back and forth in the next hour and they nuke us, I think we're going to be the only survivors. So let's be...
So I can't say that it's necessarily a bad thing, but I just always remember, like, back many years ago when you were doing open mics and I was following you around with a camera, like I remember many times the instructions were very clear to not denigrate the space that you're in. Don't speak ill of the venue that you're at. Like, obviously with open micers, it's a little bit different and it probably is just an easy trope to get to. And, the guy in the back doesn't want to hear the same jokes about how shitty his bar is constantly. But like, it's just kind of one thing that has kind of always stuck with me through the years. Like you do see it a lot in we'll say polished or professional stand-up specials or whatever, that like they do go to making fun of the place that they're in a lot. And like, I don't know if it's necessarily a trope or whatever, but it is something that like triggers me specifically from just having seen that speech so many times at the beginning of open mics. Like,
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't remember it ever like specifically being called out. Like, you do not speak ill of this establishment. But,
Possibly because you were the one performing, so you were not listening to what they were saying, and you were getting ready to go up on stage, and I was just setting up a camera in the back of the room. But yeah, that's just definitely something that's always stuck with me. But yeah, maybe I'm blowing it out of proportion, and maybe it was just something that one person said one time, and I latched onto it as being a fucking
no, I feel like that is
rule.
like a best practice. Yeah, you don't want to bite the hand that feeds, and you want to get called back. And
Well, yeah, especially in
Work
open
out there.
mics, like
Yeah.
that's definitely a different thing. I guess they probably get enough from the touring comedians that, this is their first time in the place. But if this is, you're there every fucking Tuesday and you're doing the same 10
this
jokes.
is supposed to be our break from getting ripped on
Yeah.
by
We're supposed to rip
nationally
out
headliners.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thankful we're in this dungeon right now. Thanks for coming. I've been to DC once before, and I just went. By the way, this happened today. So when a comedian says this happened today, so this might not even be funny. But if it's not funny, we can just snip out of the special afterwards, right? But I went to look at the White House. I'm like in downtown to go see the White House, and I was listening to 80s anthems for some reason in my headphones, and I'm the White House. I'm sure you've all been at some point, and it's white and big, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I just like, I don't know why. I think this is just, I've been on the road for too long, but I was like tourists and security, and I just had this unbelievable urge to just shout, charge, and see how far, just see how far I could get towards before I get gunned down by security. I think it's like the British redcoat in me, just like, I want back what was ours. I don't know. Maybe that's just how funny would it be though if they like came to my body and they saw the headphones and they were like, what was he listening to, like a manifesto or like a right-wing podcast? Like, no, he was listening to Journey, Don't Stop Believing. Just inspired him to go for it. So yeah, no, it's a genuine pleasure to be here in DC. I lived in this country for a few years now, so I'm not making this up. I'm a big fan of America. I was here for the whole pandemic. I stayed here, didn't go home.
More COVID comedy.
It's inevitable, I think, at this stage.
I don't know. I feel like we've been trying to pull some of the newer specials, I think, like specifically to get away from COVID comedy, but it is just so ingrained. Like, if you've been developing an act for the last 2 years, that's just going to be part of it, unfortunately.
You're going to have a chunk.
Yeah. Although maybe it'll surprise us and just move on from it quickly. We'll see.
Got fully vaccinated in this country, and personally, everyone's different. I was very happy to get fully vaccinated. I got my little proof of vaccination card. I just want to know, as a group, right? I don't want to sound ungrateful, right, to this lovely country, but did anyone else in this room, when they got their proof of vaccination card, did they, like me, expect it to look more like proof? All I'm saying is, when I was a member of Blockbuster Video 20 years ago, I'm pretty sure they laminated that card.
All right, it's a good joke. I'll allow it.
Rather than give me something that can smudge in the rain very easily. Like I think I have Pfizer in my body. It could well say pizza on this piece of paper. I could have pepperoni in my blood right now, for all I know. And it does make me laugh that there are like some really intense, like there's different levels of anti-vaxxer, but there are some who genuinely think the government are putting microchips in our arms. And when I hear that, I just want to go, mate, based on this thing, I don't even think they know how to use printers. So I'm pretty sure you're barking up the wrong tree there, my man. Yeah, I do. I like it here. I do. I'm still trying to get you. It is. There's lots of differences. One thing I've noticed as a man in this country is I feel like American men in general, not all, but in general, are just much more alpha than a British man. They're much more alpha. Do you know what I mean? Some of you get. Yeah, there you go. I don't know. That was like the most manly ghost ever. I can't. It just came from the darkness. Yeah. I'm gonna haunt you all night, dude. You are. You guys are manly. Some of you guys are driving trucks with testicles on the back. It's weird. That is weird, isn't it? It's not just me that thinks that's bizarre. Like, the first time I saw it, it was, like, hilarious, because I was in a car and I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. I'm like, what prankster put those testicles on that guy's truck? And then my friend was like, no, he did it to himself. He did it. He spent money to add testicles to a truck. A truck, already the most stereotypically manly thing, but this guy's so insecure, he's like, I gotta add a couple of nuts to that as well. You don't need to. That's like putting a little scrotum on the bottom of your beard. We get it. You're a man. Just a couple of beard balls in case anyone wasn't sure. I am a man. Guys, the way that men here try and fight is the way that men are fighting here is, I've seen it a few times. Men here are always asking other men if they want to go. You want to go? I want to go. And then they have a fight, and that's very bizarre to me. Just because where I come from, do you want to go just means, would you like to go? So when I was in a bar, the first time it happened to me, I was like, I just moved here, like, spilt beer on the guy. He's like, you want to go? And I'm like, where? I'll be honest, I don't even know who you are. My mum told me not to go anywhere with strangers, so it's unlikely I'm going to go anywhere, so I'm just going to remain where I am. But I saw these two guys getting into it, and like, I live in Los Angeles. This is like in Hollywood, and these two dudes are like in the street, and the first guy's like, "You want to go?" And the other guy's like, "I want to go." And then the first guy, within like half a second, ripped his t-shirt off, and I could just see in the other man's eyes, like he wasn't expecting to see nipples that quickly. And he was like, "I'm good," and he just walks away. And that was kind of inspiring for me, because I just thought that first guy was so confident that it kind of avoided him even having to get into a conflict. And I'm very conflict averse. I'm terrible at fighting. I promise you, I've been in one fight in my whole life. It happened in Italy with my friends. We were walking back from a night out, and some Italian guys jumped us and just started beating us up. In the middle of the fight, I put my hands above my head and said, "I'm not fighting you." And the guy went, "Cool," and started fighting me even more. He was just like, first rule of Fight Club should be, don't put your hands above your head and say, "I'm not fighting you," because then you get many punches to the face, right? So these two guys are getting into it in the street, and then the first guy gets topless. I'm like, that guy's inspiring. He just avoided a fight by being super confident and just getting half naked as quick as he can. So I thought I should use that information. If anyone tries to get into it with me, if I can just as quick as I can get half naked, it will avoid me having to get into a conflict. But I realised I'd probably have more success at avoiding the fight if I got bottom half naked. This guy's like, "You want to go?" I'm like, "Yes, please." The guy's like, "I'm actually going to stay. I retract my invitation."
Yeah, that joke would be decent if it wasn't a running gag on Trailer Park Boys. Maybe it's just specific to the media I consume, and anyone else would find it funny. But like,
I see.
Did you watch Trailer Park Boys?
I watched some of it, but I'm not making the connection.
There was a character, Randy, that would get into fights, and every time he got into a fight, the first thing he would do was take off his pants. But he was also just constantly shirtless anyways, so he was just fighting
sense.
in tiny whities.
I'm familiar with the character of Randy, so I'm like, yeah. Gonna take off anything. All he had was pants.
Yeah, there's that, but it was also like he was always wearing like fairly nice white pants, like, so it was more like, I don't want my pants to get ruined than an intimidation thing. But like that was always just his first move. So like, I don't know. Yeah, it's not. It's a decent premise, obviously, but it's just I've actually seen it too many times, so I don't want to call it a trope because it really only exists in that one other instance that I can think of, but it still doesn't hit me as hard as it should, maybe. But I don't dislike this guy. I mean,
I don't dislike him either. I feel like he can take him a while to spit out certain lines. Like, I don't know if it's just the accent, but there's certain like setups where it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward kind of feel to it.
Yeah, he's got that like Hugh Grant sort of patter to him where he's just kind of like nervously, excitedly saying words, and like eventually he kind of and then gets to the thing. Like, yeah, that fumbly British foppish bullshit. But Yeah, it's still not horrible.
No.
Sorry for disturbing you on this evening. Yeah, so I'm getting used to it though. I'm getting used to the country. But even when you get used to it and you've lived here for a few years, I find like I still make like a rookie error. And I do think the biggest rookie error I made culturally in this country was last year. I joined some of my British friends for a bachelor party in Las Vegas for 5 days. Yeah, this is my new favorite thing. Telling a room of Americans I went to Vegas for 5 days. Because you guys act like I just said I went to fight in Iraq for 12 years.
Yeah, I've never been to Vegas, but from what I understand, you shouldn't spend more than like 2 days there.
No, that checks out.
Yeah.
As soon as I say it, I can hear someone in the back go, dude, too long. 5 days, way too long, buddy. You want to die? That is how you die. And then what you guys like to do, I've noticed, is show off to me about how tiny a time period you go to Vegas for. So, dude, when I go, 2 days max. 1 night, 2 days, that is it. Sometimes I walk into a casino, roll 1 dice, leave immediately, that's it. Strip club, 1 nipple, thank you, Vegas. That is enough, Vegas. And it is too long. You guys, it's way too long. 5 days, too long, especially because on the first night, we were exclusively drinking espresso martinis. Now, yeah, you guys have I'd never had them before, but after drinking them for a whole night, I realized afterwards why they are not the martini of choice of James Bond. That man would have completed way less missions if he was drinking espresso martinis, unless 2 of his missions were to black out and get diarrhea. Those are the only 2 missions that were sadly completed that evening. But here's the thing, it wasn't just that. It was like I was with a bunch of British guys, and this is like a couple. I'm 37 now, so back then I was like 35. It was like a bunch of us, and we had this weird thing happen when we went into a nightclub. And I'm sure you guys have been to the nightclub thing in Vegas at some point. I've realized that experience feels very different for a bunch of men compared to a bunch of women. A bunch of women, a Vegas nightclub seems delightful. It's like, come in, it's free, have anything you like. Men, you're like, can we come in? They're like, yeah, that's just $1 million each. That's... And it's terrible. It is not fun at all. We're in this VIP area. We're like watching people have more fun than us outside the VIP area. And then my friend, he kind of like capped it all off. I don't think I could use his real name, so I'm just going to call him Clive. So Clive, he is fully asleep in the VIP area. And the bouncer, I see him come over, and the bouncer just goes, this guy shouldn't be asleep. And I'm like, mate, we're all in our mid-30s, and it is 2 a.m. on a Thursday. He should definitely be asleep. None of us should be awake, actually. We're the weirdos in the group. And I realised as well that I know I'm getting too old for nightclubs, because I've realised my reaction to getting kicked out of a nightclub has evolved with age. That's something I'm not... in your 20s... You think the bouncer's going to kick you out? And I realize in my 20s, I'm there going, please, please, please don't kick me out. Then I hit 30, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm getting kicked out. Once I hit 35, I'm there going, how the hell do you get kicked out? I would love to get kicked out right now, so I can leave with my head held high and get my 8 hours this evening, right? I used to look at 2 men having a fight in a nightclub and go, what are you idiots doing? You're going to get kicked out in a minute. Now I see 2 men having a fight in a nightclub and like, they're the smartest men in here. They're going to get an early night and some cardio in. I am jealous. I am jealous of their routine. My favourite, actually, I remembered it, my favourite getting kicked out of a nightclub.
What's that?
No, I was curious if he was going to... I feel like that'd be a perfect segment for him to do the callback of the do you want to go
Oh, yeah.
joke. Because
Definitely.
it's like... that he could have guys starting a fight. Like, do you want to go? Like, yeah, that was the point. Let's get out of here.
Yeah, that would have really tied it well together, actually. Yeah. I finally understand. They do want to go.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was like, oh, is he? It's right there.
Yeah, but instead he just kind of does a like abrupt transition into whatever this next bit is here. Yeah. Which I'll give him another minute or so here, but yeah.
Happened in America is when I first visited here. I was in my mid-20s. I came with some friends, and I'm in this. I'm in San Diego. I'm in a bar nightclub in San Diego, and I was very I'm British, so in my 20s, I was very. I think I would describe myself as drunk. Because I think there's drunk where you're hammered and everyone around you thinks you're hammered, but you're in your head going, I'm a sober boy. I could drive heavy machinery right now. I don't know why people are looking at me. But then I was drunk, which means I was standing there going, I can't believe they're just letting me exist in this place right now. It should be illegal for me to be outside the house, let alone still in this place. And I see the bouncer walk towards me, but I'm in my mid-20s. I see him come towards me. I'm like, man, please don't kick me out. And he goes, don't worry, man. I'm not going to kick you out. And I still think this is the coolest thing a bouncer's ever done. He just goes, follow me. And I go, okay. And I follow him. We end up outside and he just goes, I'm just not going to let you back in. I'm like, that's actually very clever. I want to hate you, but I admire you.
Yeah, that's a decent one to go out on. Well,
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. So what'd you think of tonight's comedians?
I thought it was an interesting mix. I don't know. Maybe because it's the last one in the mix. I was enjoying Chris Martin probably the most, or I found him to be the most memorable of the bunch. But that's just maybe the recency of it.
Yeah, recency bias is certainly an actual tangible thing. I'm going to have to go with Sam Burns as my pick this one. Again, like I enjoyed that sort of Canadian weaving between being self-deprecating but also attacking at the same time, or like, you know, going back and forth between the two. Like it really just felt like he could kind of get away with saying just about anything and it would have been acceptable. Whereas, like, you know, if he hadn't set things up properly, he would have been a little bit more standoffish with them. But then, you know, I feel like Canadians have a lot more just leeway in general, so maybe that plays into it too. But I think I enjoyed his more than Chris Martin. But this guy was decent. He was fine. Like we said though, a little too rambly for me, a little too Hugh Grant fumbly for me with his words. Like
I did like his American voice was very funny to me. The yelling American was well done.
Yeah, he had a lot of decent, range and voices and whatnot. But like I kind of felt myself just like get to the joke, sort of fucking. You know, I felt like he was just fapping about for time. Like I don't.
Yeah, it was a little bit of that. Like, do we need to know that you were 35 and not 37 to continue on with the story? It's like,
sure. Yeah.
Stuff like that, like nitpicky, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. That's our show. That's make sure you like and subscribe and do all of that fun shit. The links for all of these guys are going to be in the description below. So if there's anyone that struck your fancy, make sure to check out their full show and maybe they'll be more cooperative on copywriting us.
And let them know Stand-Up Teardown sent you there for the view.
Exactly. And speaking of which, the algo has decided to be mad at us and not push us. So if anyone's out there watching, we really need your help to push us out there. So, you know, like and subscribe and send the links to your friends and post us on your MySpace or your Facebook or your Instagram or whatever the fuck you kids are doing these days. And, you know,
OnlyFans.
Yeah, definitely put us on the OnlyFans. You know, maybe if we're so inclined, I'll give you a nipple shot, but
ooh, don't count on it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a way to lose viewers, that's for sure.
I thought we're trying to attract viewers here, but yeah, let us know if there's any comedians that should be on our radar or new specials we should be checking out. Otherwise, keep standing up.
And we'll tear it down. Oh.
It's the Stand-Up Teardown, conducting comedy.